Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this part we will cover how we can insert figures within our document and how can we assign captions to the figure, and we will also see if we can resize our figure within the PDF document. So for example, if the figure is not fitting into the page size or the figure is too small, we can scale it up or we can scale it down, and that is actually done by a very simple option. So let us start with the tutorial. So first of all, when we want to insert a figure within a document, we need to create the figure environment. And please note that the way I will demonstrate this is I will miss certain things, and then I will see if it gives me some error. I will fix the error so that in future if you practice with the file and you face some error with the figure insertion, then at least you will already have some practice on how to get rid of the error or how to fix a particular error. So let us start with the figure, and for figure we need to insert a new environment, and then that environment is known as the figure environment, and I can do that by typing begin figure. Now as soon as I hit the enter button, it creates a new environment for me which says begin figure and end figure. And immediately after the begin figure line, I can see a keyword \centering, which basically assigns the figure into the center part of the page vertically. And then the next statement is \include graphics. This is the key statement for importing the figure, and here we can actually just call the figure within our folder, and that figure will be included in the final output PDF. The next statement is \caption. Here we can give a specific caption to the figure. And finally we have a label. I will explain how this label works, but it is a very wonderful way of assigning unique label to each and every figure, and we can also do that for equations and other parts that we will explain later. For each figure we can assign a different label. So let's say for this figure I say this is figure let's say figure 1, figure underscore 1. So this is the label I assigned it. Now what is the figure which I want to include? That I haven't specified yet. In order to include a figure, the figure must be within this particular folder. So first I need to upload the figure, and I can do that by using the option upload and browsing to the folder path where I have my figures, and I can bring the figure or import the figure into this current folder. So let us do that. Okay, so I hit the upload button. I choose the figure, which in this case is logo 2. So now I can see that the figure logo2.png has been imported in the current folder. So I can include this figure in my PDF by saying \include graphics logo2.png. Actually I do not need to specify the extension, so I would say \logo2.png. Now if I compile this file, let us see what happens. So it generates a cross sign, red color, and if I bring my cursor on the cross sign, it says undefined control sequence, which probably means that the LaTeX is not able to identify this command or this keyword. However, if I look at the PDF on the right hand side, It seems that it has generated a figure environment within the PDF. It has even generated the caption, but it has not imported the actual figure, and rather instead of importing the actual figure, it simply prints the name of the file, logo2. So what is missing here? This I want to identify and highlight that basically in order to insert a figure, we need a specific package, a particular library, and that package is the graphics package. So in the beginning of my LaTeX file, I need to import that graphic library, or I need to ask LaTeX that I want to use this package. The way I do it is move the cursor to the top of the document, and then just after this first statement, document class, I would say use package, and the package is graphics. Okay, now I have included the package, and now if we run the file again, compile the file, so now I can see that it has successfully inserted the figure within the PDF file. And of course we can change the caption for this figure. So we see that it has generated a unique caption for the figure. Now coming to the label part. So the label keyword is a very useful method to assign different label to different figures or different equations, and later on if we would like to refer to that particular figure, we can take benefit of the unique label. So here is what I do. Let's say I have inserted a new section, and I say here we have inserted our channel logo shown in figure 1. So it says here we have inserted our channel logo shown in figure 1. However, if suppose you are working with a file having multiple figures, for example if the file has got like 20 or 30 figures and 20 or 30 equations, then you do not assign manual referring or manual numbering to all the figures and all the equations. And LaTeX can do that for us automatically if we take advantage of the label keyword. So the way we do it, we refer to this figure by using this keyword figure underscore 1, and the way we do it is we simply say \ref fig underscore 1, and make sure that the label which I assigned over here is exactly repeated when I want to refer to this figure. If there is some mistake in the error, then definitely it will not be able to identify the label, and it will just generate a question mark. Okay, now if I recompile this file, I can see that here we have imported or inserted our channel logo shown in figure 1. And let's say if I miss some, if I make some mistake in the label over here in calling this label, let's see what it does. It will basically fail to identify the figure, and it will simply put a question mark. Now if I recompile, it says here we have inserted our channel logo shown in figure question mark, which basically means that it has not been able to identify the label, and it actually generates a warning as well that reference fi underscore 1 on page 1 unidentified. So now let me correct the label name here, and we can recompile it. Now I want to generate a PDF with a second figure as well. So let me say begin figure, end figure, and so for that I need to upload the second file. So for that I need to upload the second file, and I can do that by clicking on the upload button and selecting the file. So here I choose the file and upload it. Here it is now uploaded, so it says logo1, and I can change the caption. I would say this is comsets logo, and I can change the label. Let's say I say fig_2, and now I recompile the file, and let us see what happens. Going to the second page, I can see that it has basically inserted a figure, but the figure doesn't fit into the page. So it seems like the figure size is actually too big compared to what the page can what we can fit within the page. So now we do not need to go back and use some image editing tool to scale down the figure. Rather, we can simply scale down the figure within the PDF file, and this is how we do it. Just when we call the figure include graphics logo1, just between this opening braces I will insert a square bracket, and here I can define the size of the figure. And there are basically multiple ways to do this. So one way is simply by saying that I want to keep the width of the figure equal to half of the width of the text. So I can say width equal to 0.5 times text width. Now if I recompile this file, I can see that the figure is now scaled down, and now the width of the figure is almost half of the width of the text. And you can actually change this to 0.8 to see if the size increases or not. Of course it does increase, and you can reduce it further if you would like. You can move it to 0.3. Of course it depends. If a figure doesn't fit well, you can just try certain values and see what is the optimal output for you. Now there is another possible approach. You can also keep the width fixed. So you can say that I just want to have this width equal to 2.5 inches. So I will say width equal to 2.5 in, where in basically stands for inches. So now let me see what it does. Yes, so it fixes the width of the figure to 2.5. If you want to increase it, you can say 5.5, and let us see what happens. Yes, it further increases the size of the image. So this is another way of what we can call as kind of hard coding the size of the figure. So this is how we can insert figures within a document, and we can resize a figure. We can also have multiple figures, and in the next part we will cover how we can insert sub figures within the same figure environment. And of course you would like to have sub caption for each sub figure, and then we can have a main caption for the overall environment. So stay tuned. Please do subscribe to our channel and share with others so that they can benefit as well. Thank you.